Okay, I think I fixed it. We're good. We're good to go. So, looks like we got an alpha who we are reading the last work of this. Let me double check. Yeah, no, I think this is definitely, yeah. And it's also been a hot moment since we had them last. So, the author is called Sophia Light. And the last one we had of this was 2074. A thousand SCPs ago. Which was the, oh, the sink bait. Yeah, wasn't it like, yeah, it was like a hole that was all like clickbait. The clickbait was coming out of it. Well, you will read a of them. Yeah, but from the main series, this is the last one. I don't count the jokes or explain one as like the main series stuff. But yes, you're right. I will read a joke one of theirs, and the second last one, because it's tradition to go back to the two last ones of theirs that we read, was even further back. Which I don't think we can actually check it out because it's very far back. It's 1270. Man with a Gun, significantly rewritten by Vogt. That is even, yeah, that is far back. So yeah, Sophia Light, thank you so much for your hard work. And here we go. You wrote Temporal Funnel Trap. Object class Euclid. As of 2000. Operation of SCP-3091 is to be maintained as long as possible. The only in-person operation allowed with SCP-3091 at this time are A. Monitoring the built-in measurement device outputs from SCP-3091, which are deemed safe at this time. B. Maintenance and repair of SCP-3091 power supply and field generators. Following report -89A submitted to the O5 Council on 2000. The documentation on these devices is considered sufficient that the maintenance can be reasonably attempted. SCP-3091 is considered temporarily unstable. Localized time dilation or contraction events and minor retrocausality are not unusual. Personnel working in SCP-3091 are to be trained in DMWT, best practices in temporal unstable locations, and to heed these practices while working within SCP-3091, especially with regards to information security and distinguishing expected from unexpected disturbances. Due to the particle radiation, time spent inside the facility should be minimized. Testing involving the Red Room facility, the Red Room, Black Widow, within SCP-3091 is forbidden by order of the O5 Council. Currently, investigations are to be made only by studying the existing documentation rather than taking any actions that may interfere with SCP-3091's function. Description: SCP-3091 is a massive underground structure located under the Queen Maud Gulf Bird Sanctuary in Nunavut, Canada. The facility is accessible via 14 camouflaged access points from the surface. It has a total area of 1.05 million meters squared and occupies 4 floors. Electricity and heat are generated from geothermal boreholes. Equipment in the site appears to have been designed for sustained function without human intervention, but is subject to normal wear and tear and has been maintained since discovery by the Foundation. SCP-3091 appears to have been constructed to support a large event chamber 001, referred to document AB schematics, a spherical chamber measuring 40 meters in diameter, the Red Room. Yeah, that is fucking large. We're getting a lot of SCPs that are like insanely big in the beginning of the series 4, aren't we? The area is temporarily unstable. Typical examples of events include researchers spending 30 minutes in the vicinity of the Red Room, which appeared to outside observers as 3 hours. Computer processor cycles repeating, radio transmissions arriving before they were sent. The instability field is strongest around the Red Room and is virtually unnoticeable 30 meters out from the facility. This corresponds to a high background free tachyon concentration, 1000 times the global average close to the Red Room. Notable features of SCP-3091 field generators: 36 identical pieces of highly complex machinery are located in equidistant around the chamber. The sole purpose is to continuously emit one or more energy fields consisting of UV lights at extreme high energy levels, coherent beams of ionizing radiation somehow contained and redirected by receiving components on adjacent devices, making escaped radiation comparable to background levels. Thermal energy used to maintain internal structures within the barrier containing xenon gas at a critical point. Vacuum fields, see Xiang 2005. Additional energetic force of an unknown nature consisting of either unknown elementary particles or photon-like discrete energy packets. Interaction of this gas with the critical point xenon create a previously unknown phenomenon, that expunged, hypothesized to be due to the gravitational anomaly. Hey, Afro, can I explain? Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. I don't. Given document AD-D, which is set of a recovered blueprints associated with all SCP-3091 major structures, the actual structure of the field generators is well understood, and may even be replicable with the exception of dildo sponge, superconductor materials dildo sponge, known relation to anomalous substance. Mechanic sometimes makes me feel like a father that has like a way too hyperactive child who asks the same question, and the first couple times you're like no, you can't do that, no. But after like the 500th time, he's like, you know what, fuck it, knock yourself out. I'm tired. The field is generated in a continuous fashion while allowing viewing windows at certain observation points. Hypothesized purpose: the field generators are arranged to project a field around the interior of Red Room. This field may create, contain, or interact in an unknown way with the central anomaly. The Red Room anomaly: 6 observation points, which include transparent windows comprised of plate glass plus unknown materials, look directly into the Red Room. Numerous instruments in each observation stations also appear to monitor the physical conditions inside the anomaly. As far as can be determined, measurements have also been incorporated where possible via optical methods. Physical conditions inside the anomaly include temperature over 1000 Kelvin. Jesus, that's hot. Internal conditions consisting of matter at a supercritical point, consisting of extremely high temperature and pressure, opaque substance with a faint red glow, elemental composition of oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, various metals, and other elements, many inorganic compounds. Small solid metal objects made of iridium, tungsten, and tantalum. Other metal pieces may have been present but melted in the extreme conditions. Extremely temporally unstable, hypothesized. Hypothesized purpose unknown. Surrounding facilities, partial furnishing indicate that other parts of the facility include offices, storage areas, and maintenance units for the field generators and site at large. Intact heating and plumbing indicates that the facility was designated for year-round usage by humans. Several nearby satellites facility are entirely unfurnished, but based on plumbing appear to be dormitories capable of housing up to 10 people. Furniture or signs of life, including DNA evidence, are absent. The entirety of document -AD-DE, representing much of our understanding of SCP-3091, was recovered from the upper drawer of a file cabinet in Peripheral Office J34. See map for location. No other written materials relevant to SCP-3091 or not have been found within SCP-3091. Hypothesized purpose: SCP-3091 was designed for human monitoring and habitation, although it was never occupied. Clearance level 3. Conditions within the Red Room, I'm going to put my phone away real quick. Here we go. Have increased in discrete amounts since SCP-3091's discovery. Instruments attached to the room have recorded 244 individual leaps in pressure and temperature of the same magnitude at apparently random intervals. God. Jesus. The magnitude increases are quite small compared to the overall pressure, and field generators are so far unaffected by these changes. An analysis suggests that intensity and frequency of temporal anomalies surrounding SCP-3091 have been slowly increasing since discovery. Researcher points out that the internal Red Room conditions can be explained as the effects of an enormous amount of temporally unstable organic and metallic matter compressed as to fit into the space determined by the field generator. So is it called the Red Room because it's just like super hot and there's a lot of like red floating, like red objects in there, like just from like the compression and the heat? In this model, the red glow is due to the Draper phenomenon, in which material heated above, there it is, 798 Kelvin girls from black body radiation. So that explains why it's called the Red Room. It's fucking hot in there. The occasional increase. So yeah, Red Room. Maybe make that like a red factory room filled with heat. There we go. That's the thumbnail. It's going to be fucking just like glowing red. Actually, what that rather in glowing red. That's important. That's muy importante. The occasional increases in internal conditions would be consistent with additional matter into space. Analysis of the tachyon field as extrapolated from Dr. Xiang's work for the Temporal Department has led to the conclusion that matter within SCP-3091 is from after or present. Input ID. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Document -AD-DE is machine printed. Includes some handwritten notes, but these seem to have been photocopied from previous materials. It's exactly one hand-drawn portion of the document, drawn with an ink pen on the last page. It has been expunged from the maintenance versions of document -AD-DE available at lower clearance levels. Yeah. So Y for yes. Image -AD-DE-X. Okay, let's see what the hell this is. So that must be the funnel, eh? But this was an arrow pointing the opposite direction. Okay. Proceed. Based on this and other gathered data, researcher has made the following casual model for the Red Room anomaly. 1. At an unknown point in the future, a method of traveling through time is invented and popularized. 2. Entities using this method attempt to travel to before SCP-3091's activation. 3. Entities moving backwards in the time stream to past SCP-3091's active period are caught in the field emitted by SCP-3091 and redirected to the Red Room. This model suggests that SCP-3091 functions as a temporal funnel trap, redirecting entities moving through the time stream to or before its active period into the Red Room. In this model, the internal matter within SCP-3091 is composed of possibly human entities and any equipment or temporal devices that may have accompanied them, which is consistent with recovered data. Diagram. Let's see what it says here. So SCP-3091 is activated. Red Room instantly filled with matter, extreme internal conditions, corresponding increase in Red Room internal conditions. Is the active period. Entities are caught by SCP-3091's field and filtered into the Red Room. And is moved through time stream during active periods. Like, okay, unknown method of time travel invented. I see. Okay, if this is true, we cannot deactivate SCP-3091 or allow it to be deactivated. While this object has prevented potential catastrophic damage to our teams, the time stream in the forms of paradoxes, malicious attack or other interventions, if the machine were switched off, the inactivation of the fields would cause a massive explosion that would certainly prevent its reactivation. Any arrival of sentient beings or devices while the machine is switched off could drastically alter our reality and cause incalculable or even existential damage to human life and the timeline. In fact, should SCP-3091 become damaged, it would even be prudent to construct a means to replicate it. 057. Where the hell did this come from? 052. What?
What the hell is this?
Addendum 1. Failed attempts to determine provenance of SCP-3091. No public records from the nearby area for available history reports any information on the construction or existence of SCP-3091. No individual or entity is known to possess similar technology to the functional parts of SCP-3091. Foundation moles with higher echelons of the Chaos Insurgency were instructed to search the private internal documentation and look for knowledge regarding SCP-3091. No results were found. During this process, one of the moles, Agent 4 November, was discovered by Insurgency Leadership 31 teeth and a jar containing a brain tissue in formalin, both matching Agent 4 November, were delivered to Site 19, anomalously informing the Foundation of this fact, along with a note disclaiming responsibility for the anomaly. An informal trade with the Global Occult Coalition was scheduled, exchanging an operative previously held in Foundation custody for information regarding SCP-3091 after extensively searching their documentation, including that of multiple paramilitary groups. That coalition concluded they had no information on the matter. Multiple major government intelligence agencies were consulted discreetly about the technologies found in SCP-3091. No connection or leads unveiled. A Serpent's Hand connection was asked to search for information surrounding the anomaly or its creators via whatever means were accessible. A small amount of classified Foundation knowledge of interest to the connection was provided in exchange. Connection reported to be surprised by the lack of information in the database, but claimed that the reason for their surprise was not required after the terms of the agreement. When they find me, I think they will say that to finding you in any SCP. Like what? Why is he here? He has nothing to do with this, and he's here. A thorough search of SCP-3091 was conducted. The following was noted: shelving in storage rooms was constructed with triangular Allen screws identical to the type made in-house and used frequently in Foundation constructions. These types of screws are also available commercially. Hallway construction and heating pipe arrangement is somewhat similar to a proposed architectural design for underground Foundation sites from 1972. Although other pieces have been modified, these designs were never implemented in any site. Clearance level 4. An extensive internal review was implemented, focusing especially on nearby sites in the Temporal division. At the end, the internal task force concluded that internal subterfuge was unlikely, as there were no resources unaccounted for that could provide either the budget, materials, or research required to create SCP-3091. The following has been proposed. SCP-3091 is itself a temporarily stabilized location, aside from the Red Room anomaly, that has been displaced from a future point. SCP-3091 was constructed by another unknown agency or entity, possibly from a future point, using advanced technology without outside support. SCP-3091 is a relic or holdover from a previous. The rest of this file is not available at your clearance level. Oh, a relic. That's an interesting term. It's always. I like the word relic. That means more. You know, that means it belonged to some. It was a part of something else, or it belonged to some sort of culture, or a machine, a part of a machine has not been used in forever. So, what was it connected to? What did it belong to? Especially because it's a huge area. Like that means there must have been like some bigger pieces, something that they haven't found yet. Yes, like that. Okay, let me see. I got spammed before. I just want to see what all the messages is about. I probably will give them a quick listen. I'm really sorry for all the longer breaks today. This is really rare for me to do, but I'm going to listen to them real quickly while arranging for the next SCP. Okay, never mind. This person wrote me like 5 different voice messages. I'm not going to listen to all of them. I'm going to listen to like maybe one.